What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a gameplay for you. It was a 4.6k with Pathy and nofill duos. Ended up with 11 kills, and not gonna lie, I kind of whiffed the end game, but we got the 4k, so that's all that matters. Anyways, I broke it down into 10 main tips, which will help you get your own 4K in nofill duos. And I have an example of each tip being played out in the game. All 10 tips are more specific to nofill in general, and sort of the playstyle you have to play without teammates, specifically in the context of getting high damage games. So yeah, I hope you find these tips helpful. If you did, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subs by the end of the summer, so that would help me a great deal. Also, check out my Twitch. I'm trying to stream more, and I stream kill races monthly. So yeah, hopefully this video will help you get your first 4K nofill duos. If it did help your nofill experience, please comment down below in what ways it helped you and how I can improve future videos. So let's get into the video. My first tip is to drop on a building by yourself. It's fine if there are teams nearby, that's how you get high damage games, but you don't want to drop with another team on your building, because I've noticed 90% of the time you end up getting team fired to death. The second tip is to third party everything. In nofill it's extremely difficult to 1v2, especially against decent teams, because you kind of have to isolate 1v1s. And oftentimes those fights take way too long. I've noticed it works out a lot better to just third party fights when you can. My third tip is to break angles whenever you're reloading or healing. The last thing you want to do is get caught out in the open, because even if you end up winning the 1v1, you still have to kill the other guy, or maybe you'll get third partied and you'll be low. It's never a good idea to take excessive damage, so that's why you should always be using cover unless you're shooting at them. This section of the video is pretty self-explanatory. Just get the crack with the arc, and then crack the loba, and then we clean up that fight pretty quick. And then I beamed this guy with the R301, and then I rotated to the Ridge, which I did not know how to name until now. I'm just dealing a ton of damage with the R3, and then I end up also getting cracked, and then I realized I have to get out of here, because there could be more behind me. I don't know what's going on, I just need to get out of here. And that leads me into tip 4, know when to get out. Sure enough, they ended up beaming me and trying to push me, so I kind of just had to stay back. And then sure enough, there was a team behind me, and I ended up just thirding that, and then I got easy kills from there. So I'll just let that play out. Tip 5 is to just take height and alternate angles, just prestigious positions that are gonna get you a better angle on the enemy. I ended up taking the rocks above these guys. This ended up putting me in a position where I could isolate fights easily just by using the rocks as cover. So I cracked them with the R3, I decided to go in, but I ended up getting cracked pretty easily. And tip number 6 is that healing encourages bad pushes. Since they heard me healing, they decided this was their window to push, so I just got my EVA 8 out and then cleaned up that fight. Now right here I saw that there was a Wraith that was alone, so I decided to push down the hill, and I ended up knocking her pretty quick with the R3. And then I ended up rotating to Sorting Factory. Saw a duo down here. I decided that fight wasn't really worth it. I just got a little bit of damage off. Looked like they were gone. So then I fought another team in Sorting. I beamed this Octane, but I noticed this team was kind of holding hands, so I didn't want to push them without being sure I was going to win. Know when to back out. I stuck the Valk with an Arc Star, and then she made a bad move. She went back to the Octane and cracked him. Literally free damage for me. So obviously that was my window. I went in there and I cleaned up the fight. Also remember to thirst your kills and get the gold knock last for that extra 100 damage. Now this fight I was shooting the pathy and I cracked him, but I also got cracked, so I healed behind the wall. And then I whiffed with the EVA, so I'm like, no, I'm out of here. I think I need this prowler.
Final team.
By this point I was almost completely out of ammo, so I went to the care package for the Prowler. I took height on them, but it turned out that they were also up there. So yeah, I'm just peeking them a little bit.
Imagine if I get my head clipped off right now.
I'm trying not to get beheaded by the Kraber. I end up dropping down, popping a Phoenix before taking a different angle, and that's tip 9, to reposition frequently. If you peek out of the same angle every time, you're gonna get beamed. So I end up swapping out my Prowler for a flatline. Deal some decent damage, but there's 2 of them and they were holding hands. There's not much I could do. I end up seeing this one guy and beaming him. Since he was like 20 HP, I had to push. The pathy ended up team firing with the Prowler. So I get an armor swap. I'm 150 health against full reds.
God damn it, bro.
So I end up losing the final 1v1. I was pretty disappointed. But hey, at least I got the 4K. That'll do it for my 4K tutorial with Pathy and nofill duos. If you enjoyed the video, or at least learned something, please drop a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And please comment down below what I can do to improve my videos. It helps a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.